So I'm reading this from Memeology. The headline here he wrote is Did 4chan just catch voter fraud live? Now, I saw this video originally on the YouTubes, and then I saw that Memeology posted in the community section that this video had been deleted by YouTube. And therefore, you could only see this video by going to BitChute. The video here. There you go. All right, buddy. All right. A man was caught allegedly engaging in voter fraud live. That's all. I'll just go forward here. There. The camera pans away suspiciously. Here you go. Here's the moment. As you could see, he's looking. He's got that down there. He's opening this up. I think what he sees is, holy moly, this is empty. I know what I'm supposed to do. 99.9999% certain. Write in Biden. Check D for CCP. The D stands for CCP, Chinese Communist Party. There you are. That's a Chinese Communist Party member right there. Look at him. He's going to write in there. Look at him. Look at the voter fraud guy. Going to go ahead. An emergency meeting. Oh, gosh. No, I'm so sick of the Among Us references. I am so sick of Among Us. But, okay, so they could be filling out unmarked ballots en masse. Now, that's what Memeology had to say. And YouTube said, you know what? I don't want that on my platform because my platform is a Chinese Communist Party platform. And we are doing everything we can to assure that our Chinese Communist Party masters win the fucking election. And so if somebody has video potentially catching somebody committing voter fraud for mail-in ballots, where all the mainstream media, the Chinese Communist Party, We Love Kids media, boy, do they love kids. The We Love Kids media, just call them that, the We Love Kids media, because that's what they are at heart. These people are telling us that even saying that there is fraud in mail-in ballots means that you're racist. You're white supremacy. You know what? Let me tell you something. You know them people over there talking about integrity, talking about hard work, talking about the Bill of Rights, talking about decency, talking about democracy, talking about liberty, individual rights. Yeah, those are all dog whistles for white supremacism. All of the things that champion individual choice are dog whistles for white supremacism. Yeah. And we want to assure that that narrative continues to win the day, even if 80% or more of the people are fed up with this crap. Whatever. So we'll block this, and we'll make sure that you don't see that voter fraud might possibly be actually taking place with mail-in ballots, because we already told you that people who are saying mail-in ballots is fraud risk, that it's a fraud risk to use a mail-in ballot system. They're just the racists. The racists, they do not like the gays and the blacks. They don't like the gays and the blacks. That's why they want individual liberty. They don't want the gays and the blacks. That's why they don't. That's why they hate the gays and the blacks. That's why they're against corpo state control of all of our lives from cradle to grave. How dare they? How dare they deny the top quality expertise of our child-loving experts? Yeah. So there you go. If you want to find out what's going on in the world, you can go to YouTube. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm not saying I'm an accurate depiction of what's going on in the world, but I am making a better effort than your corpo state buddies are. And most of us independent YouTubers are doing so. So you can find some measure of truth, but you can't find the full truth. And you can't find any direct truth from any Citadelian-run enterprise. What you can do is glean truth from their techniques, from their methodologies, from the type of propaganda that they apply, that can tell you a lot about what's really going on behind the scenes. And I can tell you my understanding of agitprop is such that you only use what you have to use. All power used is power potentially lost. As soon as you declare, I am going to do this, you better be able to do this, because if you don't, you lose the power. And not only that, even if you can do this, the consequences of your actions in terms of the amount of people that you now have turned against you, that could also make it impossible for you to do it a second time. So when I see these people shooting their wads all over the place, just coming out openly and declaring that for the good of the whole, we must lock it down and control what you see. Do you really think that most human beings that have a habit of self-thought, self-agency, and Americans have it more than anyone else in the world, proportionally, because of our Bill of Rights constructs almost exclusively, you think that these people are just going to roll over and play dead, especially when we have technological advantages. We can build 3D printed drones designed and maintained by artificial intelligence, deep learning, that individuals are capable of developing. A small team of highly talented individuals can destroy a nation state. That's, I mean, let me clarify. Not by itself, but imagine small teams, multiple small teams of individuals that have the capacity to deter thugism with drones, 3D printed micro drones that are artificially intelligently swarming your asses. And you're going to send your drones and they're going to send their drones, and it's just going to be a fucking costly mess, because you're going to have to take out not one highly developed team, you're going to have to take out thousands of highly developed teams that have the capacity to compete with nation states at the technological level. That is where we're at. And that's the truth that's the real truth that they're hiding for you. It's why I didn't vote. I didn't vote. And the reason I didn't and won't vote, and I can't vote because I'm unregistered and it's too late for me to register. The reason I didn't vote, for me, this is a statement. I am willing to face the consequences of whatever the results of this election is like. And part of me kind of wants Biden to win. Not by my moral constructs. He's an evil piece of shit. But it could be pragmatically maybe the best thing that could happen to this country. If Joe Biden wins, he is going to be he's not a person. He's just a placeholder for I don't know I imagine it's Hillary and Obama and all the powerful DNCers that are really their committee, the Biden committee. It's really going to be the Biden committee. That this Biden committee is going to go all out because they have to lock it down. If they don't lock it down, they lose. But in the process of locking it down, what they are going to expose, they're exposing their networks all the time. They're exposing their connections all the time. They're exposing their tactics every day. Their behind the scenes tactics have now moved to the front. This is a group that is not acting from a position of strength. This is a position of weakness and desperation. These motherfuckers are on the run. On the fucking run. And I tell you this, do not lose heart. If this motherfucker wins this election, this is going to be a great time for Americans who believe in the Bill of Rights, because we are most assuredly going to have something clearly to fight against. The divisions will be so obvious. It's not Republican and Democrat. It's American versus child lover. That's the breakdown. We Americans who believe in the Bill of Rights, who believe in individual agency, who believe in giving children the capacity to grow on their own terms without being molested by pedophilic thoughts that the DNC wants to institutionalize into our schools and our corporations. We stand against the child lovers. And we stand for the Bill of Rights. Now, in that Bill of Rights conversation, there's conversations about abortion, taxation, the degrees to which we use social services, the degrees to which we use quote-unquote free markets, all those conversations. There's plenty of variation, plenty of what do I want to say? Plenty of there's plenty of negotiating space within the framework of the Bill of Rights. But what is not allowed in the Bill of Rights framework is a government of the priest king, by the priest king, for the priest king, dictating to Americans, seeking to create social engineering programs for Americans to become exactly what these child lovers most want to see. People who will accept pedophilia. Because if you accept pedophilia, your children are gone. Parenting doesn't exist. The government has nothing restraining it ideationally in the minds of its citizens from taking control of your children from cradle to grave. And I'll end it there. God help us all.